What is going on, guys? All of the haters here, and today I'm going to be doing a chill commentary. It's Sunday afternoon. I'm kind of in that zone where I just want to reflect on my week and talk about whatever happened. And I mentioned before in a commentary that this is going to become a series of mine where just on a Sunday afternoon or evening, when I'm in the zone to just talk about whatever I want to talk about, what happened during the week. This is just going to be. I'm going to do a weekly series where I just talk about, whatever happened and how I feel and, maybe some news that's coming out about games, something like that. Like, it's not going to be mainly dedicated to news, just basically gonna be whatever I want to talk about because it's just, it's one of those Maxin relaxing commentaries. I'm leaning back in my chair right now. I got my feet up, got my water in my hand because I drink water because it's healthy for you and you guys should all do that too. But I don't want to sound too much like your mom. But so yeah, actually I just watched a movie. I just finished watching a movie a couple of minutes ago, 20 minutes. Actually, it was 20 minutes ago, and it was called Boyz in the Hood, and I thought the movie was freaking fantastic. It was such a great movie. It was such a great plot and great acting, and it had a great message in it too. And oh my god, it's got my freaking shit pushed in by that quick scoper over there. Which reminds me, sniping seems to be so it seems so easy when other people do it, but when I snipe, it's just maybe it's just my aim is bad. But in this game, this is the only game too, where I just have trouble sniping. It's I don't know, whatever. It's some games they'll be really easy for me and sometimes they'll be hard, but then again that ties into whole Black Ops 2 lag compensation, and some games are great, some games are not. And anyway, whatever, I digress. So I watched Boyz in the Hood, and there weren't any huge actors in this movie, except for Ice Cube, I guess, if you consider him huge. I guess people know him, but Ice Cube was in this movie. The main character's name is Cuba Golding or something like that. How could I forget this? God damn it. What is his name? This is gonna bother me now. Give me 1 second. But anyway, the whole plot of the movie is basically it's a group of kids, and the main character, I guess, is Trey, and then he's got his friends from across the street, which are Ricky and Doe, or Doughboy, or whatever you want to call them, and they're half brothers, and they also have another friend too, but he's not really important. So anyway, these three guys are basically living in the ghetto, and some of them choose to live their life a certain way, go down a certain route that involves crime and drugs and alcohol and violence, and some of them and the others want to live a life that they basically want to break out of this whole slump that they're in, living in this ghetto. They want to break out. They want to make something of themselves. For example, Ricky wants to be a football player, and he basically aspires to do that and tries to do everything in his life so that he can become a football player. Trey is actually the only one in this movie who has a father, and a caring father at that, who's always watching out for him and basically showing him the ropes and teaching him how to be responsible and how not to fall into the pressures of everything else in society, and how he's telling him all about how all these kids are going to grow up to be nothing. They're just going to be sitting around here drinking all the time, and you need to be better than that. And I don't want to give too many spoilers away, by the way, so I'm just going to talk about this, whatever I talk about, it's only going to be basically in the first 20-30 minutes of the movie. I'm not going to spoil the rest of it for you because it actually turns out to be really amazing. But basically, it's these three guys mainly, and Trey's trying to grow up to be a good guy and stay out of all the violent stuff like that. Doughboy goes down the violent route, and Ricky tries to become a football player, so he's also going down a fairly good route. And there's lots of violence in this movie. There's lots of cursing actually. So if you're one of my younger subscribers, if you can watch this movie, I don't want to encourage you guys to watch a movie with a lot of cursing and sexual relations and lots of drug use and stuff like that in it, because I don't feel like that'd be the right thing to do. But whatever you guys do is not my business. But there's a lot of violence in this movie, and it also covers a great topic of revenge, and how oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, this whole place, the ghetto that they live in, is actually South Central Los Angeles, which is known to be it's notorious for, or I don't know if it still is, because I'm kind of ignorant of that. I'm sorry. Don't kill me. I don't know if it's still really bad and really dangerous, but I know for damn sure back in the day it was notorious for being one of the highest crime areas ever, and it was a very bad place. You guys get the point. And that's where they're living. And people are getting shot every single day. They're always hearing bullets going off and people dying. And when they were little kids in the movie, in the first couple of minutes, you can see that they're going to look at dead bodies and stuff like that. And it becomes a normal sight to them. They kind of become, relatively desensitized to everything that's going on around them. And at the same time, these guys all grow up, try to be different, people and stuff like that. And the ending is, and I'm not telling you what the ending is, so don't click off the video just yet. But basically, the ending leaves you in a really good mood. It really shows you, it's got a really strong moral. It really teaches you about, responsibility and doing the right thing, and, what route not to go, what route to go. And it kind of leaves you motivated at the end to try to just be a better person in general and to try to do productive things. When I finished watching the movie, I was like, damn, I'm in a freaking good-ass mood right now. I want to go and do something like super productive right now, and just, it just leaves you with a really good feeling at the end. Like when you watch a really good drama and you're just like at the end, you're just in an amazing mood. It's kind of like, I'm not going to spoil the ending for this movie either, but it's kind of like at the end of Shawshank Redemption, but just not as good. But like at the end of Shawshank Redemption, by the way, that movie had like, I think I think it has the best ending in a movie ever, because it just leaves you so satisfied and you have closure, and it answers everything. There's nothing to think about. There's a clear ending to it, and it's just phenomenal. But this movie in the same way, it has a really good ending, and it's a really strong message, and it really points out all the bad things about gang violence, and how like at the moment everybody wants revenge, but in the end it doesn't pay off and whatnot. And it's just a really freaking good movie. But other than that, what else there? There's still a couple minutes left on this. I could still talk. So what else happened during my week? It was a pretty fun week, I guess. I only had 4 days of school because of Martin Luther King Day, which was on Monday, and shout out to Martin Luther King, You got me out of school for a day. Thanks a lot, bud. No, I'm kidding. That's not the only reason I like him. I'm actually a huge proponent of racial equality, and I hate people who are just like, completely insular of other races and stuff like that. And I hate ignorant people and stupid people, honestly. And I wish everybody could just understand that, we're all human, and like, goddamn, I sound like a freaking infomercial right now. But I guess I'll say it anyway. What the hell? It is true about me. Whatever. I'm a little bit of a geek, and I guess a geek isn't the right word. I mean, I don't want to sound like, I'm such a good person because I care about everybody equally and blah, blah, but even though I do, but like, anyway, whatever, you guys get the point. I like everybody, I don't hate any specific group. I may dislike certain people from a group, because obviously everybody's from some sort of background. And I do dislike people. It's not like I just love everybody in the world, Some people they're just assholes straight up, and, I'm a very forgiving person. I'll forgive them if they deserve it. But there are people I dislike, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't get along with everybody. But I would never just like completely hate any certain group of people based on like the actions of a couple of people. That's not inside me. I wasn't raised that way, and I just don't believe in that. And anyway, enough about that. So also during the week, what else happened? See, I'm trying to think right now. It's like all these ideas in my head at once, and then when I sit down and do a commentary, like half the ideas leave my head. And actually, this week, Adam Gontier, who was the lead singer of 3 Days Grace, left the band 3 Days Grace. So basically, he left his band, and he was in that band. He was lead singer and frontman of that band for like since like the late 90s, maybe early 2000s, around there. I heard their first album in, I think, 2000, 2001. It was in the early 2000s. I'm sorry, forgive me if I don't have the exact year right. I just remember it was early 2000s. I was with my dad in the car. I heard one of their songs on the radio, checked out the band. I really liked them, liked a lot of the music, and they have a bunch of great albums. I think 3 Days Grace, Linkin Park, Good Charlotte, Sum 41, Simple Plan. Like, there's certain bands that I just have a lot of songs by, and 3 Days Grace is one of those bands where I have like 3 of their full albums and stuff like that. So like when he left the band, it had an impact on me. I'm not like, oh no, he left the band, I'm gonna go cry, whatever. But like, when you listen to a certain band for a long time, and you like, especially me, because when I don't just listen to a band. Like if I really like a band, I'll not only listen to the music, but I'll also try to learn about them and whatnot. And the fact that I learned about him a lot, and I kind of like know his biography and stuff like that, and a lot of his music reached out to me, and I can relate to it. It really makes me like wish that he stayed in there. But it's a time for a new chapter in his life, as he said as he was leaving, and I can respect that. Anyway, I'm out of time in this commentary. Hope you guys all enjoy the Sunday chill or Sunday Maxin relaxing commentary. I don't exactly know what to call this series, but hope you all enjoyed it. And I just went 42-5 in this game of Plaza. Pretty beast-ass score if I do say so myself. Got a lodestar in there too, I think, something like that, whatever. Anyway, the video's done, which gives me a sign that I've been talking for a little bit too long. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you'll have a great week. And, if you like this video, drop a like for it by all means. It makes me happy. It helps out the video and helps out the channel, and all that good stuff. Anyway, I'm out. Love you. Peace.